Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and I was looking through my speed duel catalog of. You guys have probably seen it on the channel. I do have some playlists set up for you guys to try to make things a little easier to navigate if you guys are looking to binge something. So, like, I have some speed duel stuff. I've got the masterclass stuff. I've got my little how-to series, which I'm working on some extra stuff for. I did start the Legends Behind the Cards, kind of like a intermittent thing. I'll work on it, I'll do it, then I'll wait a little while I research the next one. I'll do that up again. I was looking through the speed duel listings, and I noticed I never updated tunes when Battle City came out, which is odd because that's been some time now. Um, and again, we don't really have any release dates for any new speed duel material. So I'm really reluctant to say that it's a continued format from Konami, but at the same time, I really hope it is because this has been really fun and I really do enjoy it. But I got you guys a speed duel update on the tunes because again, who doesn't like Maximilian Pegasus? I do apologize, guys. I didn't really get to clean my hands up too well today after work, but it is what it is, my friends. So let's get you guys a deck list. Starting off, we're going to use a skill card. We're going to use Pegasus's Toon Mayhem. This is one of my favorite skills. The first time each Toon world in your spell trap zone would be destroyed each turn, it is not. There is a ton of back row hate. Ever since Battle City came out, you got Breakers, you got Cosmic Cyclones. You don't really got to worry about Night Beam because obviously you're going to be playing it face up. But there's plenty of ways to destroy face-up cards right now. Toon Mayhem is going to keep that in the loop. Going into the main deck real quick, we're going to have 9 monsters. Just real quick, that's 3 copies Breaker the Magic Warrior, 3 copies Toon Mask Sorcerer, and then lastly 3 copies Toon Summon Skull. Because we're going to go for the 2-turn kill variant. Which requires 1 turn of setup, which means you need to get Toon Skull on board. Going over to the spells, which is, I believe, the rest of the deck. We're going to use 2 Lures of Darkness. Again, we need some more draw power. We made sure all our monsters were Dark Attribute beforehand. Double Book of Moon, for obvious reasons. Single Cyclone, because again, you got to get rid of the opponent's back row. Single Toon Rollback, this is the win con. Triple Toon Table of Contents and double Toon World. Got those out of order. So that's going to be your 20 card main deck. 11 spells, 9 monsters. The extra deck is my very generic fusion deck of Arcana Knight at 1, 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate because it's strongest. Single Senshi, double Restrict. Just a very good stack of 6 cards. Same thing with the side deck. Again, we get some more play out of the Battle City with Lost Winds. Again, we're still going to take in 2 copies Waking the Dragon, and we're going to round it out with 2 copies Zoma the Spirit. So, if you guys were just here for the deck list, like always, I really wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to stop by, see me today, and watch this video. I do hope it's helped you, and if it has, please consider subscribing to the channel, and of course, let your friends know. And one more thing before I let you guys go. You guys have a great day, okay? I hope to see you guys on the next video as well. Everybody else, let's talk over the actual card selection and kind of justify my choices for you. So again, the Toon Mayhem, this skill doesn't automatically take anything out of your hand. Neither does the one where it counts as Toon World. I think it's just called It's a Toon World. That skill is, I think, inferior to this. And if you are playing a homebrew version where you get more than 1 skill, play those 2 skills together. That would be fine too. And the good thing is, I also believe It's a Toon World does not require you to lose 1 card from your hand while having that stay in play. I know a lot of the field spell skill cards do. I don't think that one does, which is kind of weird because it's a continuous. But yeah, 1 Toon Mayhem, obvious. The Breakers are here not only for the good Dark Attribute or the 1600 base stat, which is 1900, with its spell counter that it gets on normal summon, but additionally we can remove the spell counter from this card target a spell trap on the field and destroy it. Really lets us break the opponent's back row, which is very necessary a lot of the time. We do have the triple Toon Mask Sorcerer. We're never really going to resolve this guy as his own effect. What he does do, however, is cannot attack the turn it is summoned. If Toon World on the field is destroyed, destroy this card. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, you may attack your opponent directly. And if this card inflicts battle damage to the opponent, draw one card. He is here for fodder. That is it. Moving on to the win condition card, it is the Toon Skull. Lot to unpack in here. Just like regular Summon Skull, this is always considered to be an Arcfiend. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Cannot be special summoned unless you control Toon World. Must first be special summoned from the hand by tributing the same number of monsters needed to tribute summon a monster normally. In this case, it even says it's normally 1. Cannot attack the turn it is special summoned. You must pay 500 life points to declare an attack with this monster. If Toon World on the field is destroyed, destroy this card. This card can attack your opponent directly unless they control a Toon, and if they do, then you must attack the Toon instead. So again, he's a 2-turn win condition. We need to board him first, survive 1 turn, and then go for game. And I'm going to show you how we do that here in a second because it's in the spells, obviously. Some of you got ahead of me. You know it's rollback. That's fine. But the goal here is, and again with the Toons, the original Toons, which is like the Toon Skull, the Toon Blue Eyes, the Mongolian, and I think it's even the Toon Mermaid. They were all special summons. The ones that needed tributes normally still require their tributes, which is why we don't end up resolving the Mask Sorcerer as often, and why Breaker is such a good play in this deck. We literally get to play Breaker, summon him, get our counter, break the card that we want to get off the field, then board our Skull as long as we have that Toon World. And again, there's no excuse for us to not have that Toon World. One of the reasons is we have 2 Allures of Darkness. So this is a draw 2, banish a dark from the hand, and if we can't, drop the hand. Again, we didn't pack anything but dark monsters, so we should be good to go there. Additionally, drawing 2 right now is 10% of your deck. That's pretty important, especially when you're starting to break down ratios. We do run the 2 Books of Moon. These are great for parrying. Your opponent wants to go and set something up, you can stop it. If they go to attack you, you can stop it. The biggest issues here are Obelisk is actually pretty easy to play, and Spellproof Armor is a thing. Barring those 2 plays against you, Book of Moon, very great option for you. I do board the 1 Cosmic Cyclone, even though it is a pay 1,000. Target a spell trap and banish it. If your opponent pops their Zoma too soon, and again, Zoma's not something that you're super worried about with this deck, this helps us deal with the back row threats more because you don't always draw your Breaker, even though you have 3 in a 20-card deck. The odds against it are crazy, but like it happens. This gives you like a 4th break. If this is something that you're maybe just not into, a great substitution here is actually Nobleman of Crossout, or you can add a 3rd Book of Moon. Your choice, guys. We got the 1 Toon rollback, so let's talk about it. Target a Toon you control. It can make a 2nd attack during each battle phase. So you want to attack twice with your Toon Skull for 5k. There's your win condition. And again, we only need the 1 because the next card searches it, which is the Toon Table of Contents. You play this, add a Toon card from deck to hand. And yes, you could play Toon Table to grab Toon Table. Obvious. You can also use it to grab Toon World or any of your Toon monsters, but most importantly, your Toon rollback. So this is like the crazy glue that's going to hold this whole deck together. This is the best searcher for this deck, at least in speed duels. And yeah, it's like having 5 copies of Toon World in your deck, or 6 copies of Toon Skull, or 4 copies of rollback. And again, once you start breaking down those numbers, 3 out of 20 is 15% of your deck. Maximize it up to here, that's 25% of your deck. Every card is 5% when you're at 20. But but that's what makes this so consistent. The Toon World, same thing. Activate this by paying 1,000 life points. It's what lets you play the Toon Skull and get the direct attacks, so just play it. 2, again, because we are able to protect it with our Toon Mayhem skill, and it just works out well. Again, the extra deck is just very generic. I use the Arcana Knight Joker because he's like 2nd or 3rd strongest in the game right now. He's still top 5. I know Obelisk beats him. Blue Eyes beats him. There was something else that beat him too. I'm not sure what it was right now. But the Arcana Knight Joker, great. It helps sustain itself. And like everything else in here, we're only going to see it if we actually end up resolving Waking the Dragons. So not a big deal, but it does help psych out an opponent sometimes. Makes them question every back row that you set. You do have the double Blue Eyes Ultimate again, because we have 2 Waking the Dragons in the side deck. For the ones that you might want to play more, just run 2. If you don't have this, or your Arcana Knight Joker, just play whatever the biggest cards are that you have. Again, you're not going to resolve these most often, so they're just for fun. Ryu Senshi's really good because he helps protect himself. Restrict is like one of the best technical plays in the game, so like it's always good to see. And then the side deck, Lost Wind comes in handy again. Battle City gave this to us. Target a face-up special summon monster on the field, negate its effects, and have its original attack. And then if a monster is special summoned from the opponent's extra deck, while this is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, then you can set this card on the field again, banish it when it leaves. It's double Shrink, double Veiler, and you will notice it doesn't say until end of turn on either of those things. This is one of the best ways to get through Union Xyz with Spellproof Armor, because again, they're just going to be immune to spells, and unless they board Jinzo too, you're going to go with the Lost Wind and just get in there real quick. Waking the Dragon, again, if this leaves the field while it's in its owner's control and is either banished or in the discard pile, then you special summon 1 monster from your deck or your extra deck. And again, we're just going to choose extra deck every time. We're going to run 2 copies. Good card, great card. Last up, Zoma. You should not be worried about Inner Conflict as much playing this, but it still happens. It's still like the best deck, or one of the 3 top decks. I really think it's the Parasite Paranoid with the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. I still think Inner Conflict Pseudo Monarch and Union Xyz Spellproof Armor. I think those are like the top 3 decks. And until we get some new cards in, I don't see that changing. But Zoma is definitely your backup plan in case you get up against that Inner Conflict. So just play it and play well. Again, guys, that's the entire deck. It's just an updated Toon deck. Can't believe I didn't do this sooner. I do hope that you guys will forgive me for the tardiness. And I got some cool decks waiting for the rest of this week for you guys. So keep coming back. I'll keep making you some stuff to watch. And again, just that one favor, guys. Try and have yourselves a great day. See you guys on the next video. Later.